Picture this. Two men in knockoff police uniforms slap handcuffs on me, while the HOA president watches with pure satisfaction, claiming I violated community bylaws. The only problem? I'm the actual chief of police, and what they just did is a federal crime. What started as petty neighborhood harassment ended with a $250,000 embezzlement scheme exposed, multiple felony charges, and the most expensive lesson about picking the wrong neighbor to intimidate. But let me start from the moment I thought I'd found peace. I'm standing in my new living room, surrounded by cardboard towers labeled kitchen and old files burn. The smell of fresh paint hangs in the air like possibility itself. After 23 years on the force, 8 in SWAT, the last 5 as chief, this house represents my sanctuary. My name is Thomas Sterling, and I bought this place in Willowbrook Heights for one simple reason. Silence. The kind where you hear birds instead of sirens, where your biggest worry is which coffee blend to try next. Tree-lined streets, manicured lawns, the works. My late grandfather always said a man's home is his castle, but the best castles have peaceful neighbors. I unpack a framed photo of Grandpa in his army uniform. Stern face, twinkling eyes. He taught me to shoot straight, fish patiently, and spot liars from a mile away. He believed in real order, the kind that protects good people, not the petty tyranny that serves egos. For 3 perfect weeks, it worked. I set up my workshop, waved to Rex Martinez across the street. A guy permanently attached to a leaf blower but with the biggest heart in the neighborhood. The Young Chin family brought homemade cookies. Felt like community. Real community. Then the first red flag appeared. It's tucked under my truck's windshield wiper. A screaming red violation notice in aggressive bold font. Violation notice, your lawn height of 2.75 inches exceeds the Oak Ridge Community Covenant section 4B maximum of 2.5 inches. Fine assessed, $75. Signed, Victoria Blackwood, President, Oak Ridge Homeowners Association. I examine my lawn. Looks identical to every other yard on the block. That familiar gut-tightening sensation kicks in. The same feeling I get watching bullies pick on someone smaller. Not anger yet, just cold recognition. Someone got a taste of imaginary power and it corrupted them instantly. The next day brings 2 notices. Another lawn violation and a $100 fine for my trash can being visible from the street for 4 hours past designated collection time. Victoria Blackwood is efficient. I'll give her that. The language escalates to immediate compliance and further action pending. It's textbook intimidation designed to terrorize people who mistake official-looking paperwork for actual legal authority. That's when I see her. A sharp-featured woman with a haircut that could cut glass, walking a yapping little dog while studying my property with a clipboard. When our eyes meet, she doesn't smile. She gives me a look of pure smugness, the expression of a self-appointed queen surveying her domain. Victoria Blackwood has found her throne, and she's not giving it up without a war. My peaceful neighborhood suddenly feels like occupied territory. Time to do what I do best, investigate. The county clerk's office smells like old paper and bureaucracy. Exactly where facts live. Facts don't bend to opinions or bluster. They're the foundation of justice. I need incorporation papers for the Oak Ridge Homeowners Association. I tell the tired-looking clerk behind mountains of files. She types, squints, types again, then sighs. No record of any HOA by that name in this county. Never has been. This subdivision was zoned single-family residential in the 1980s. No covenants were ever filed. The certified letter costs $25. 2 copies. Official letterhead, notarized seal, the works. It's a weapon, simple, quiet, devastating. Made of paper and truth. But I don't go home to confront Victoria. Not yet. Because scared wolves don't disappear. They find new sheep. I need her to escalate. I need her so deep in criminal territory that a judge will throw the book at her. My house transforms from sanctuary to tactical command center. 23 years of experience has taught me one thing. Always be recording when dealing with dangerous people. Discreet exterior cameras with motion detection, tied to my private server. A shirt button replaced with a high-definition microphone that can pick up conversations 50 feet away. A simple black ring that looks like jewelry but functions as a panic button. 2 taps sends encrypted alerts to Lieutenant Maria Santos, my most trusted officer. I call Officer Jake Thompson, my most solid patrol officer. I need you on standby. Unofficial. If Lieutenant Santos calls, grab an unmarked unit and move fast. I also alert Rex Martinez and the Chin family. If you see any commotion at my place, mind filming it? Just for my records. Rex laughs. That woman tried to find me because my garden gnome violated community aesthetic standards. You got it, Chief. The trap is set. All pieces on the board. Time to let Victoria make her fatal mistake. More red notices pile up. Grass height, mailbox color, microscopic window screen tears. Each fine is now $100 with escalating deadlines. The final notice claims a lien will be placed on your property, and legal action is imminent. Pure fiction, but fiction with teeth when people don't know better. Then comes the masterpiece of forgery. A warrant for my arrest, complete with fake court seal and a judge's signature I know belongs to someone who retired 3 years ago. The charges are comical. Criminal defiance of community bylaws. Victoria Blackwood is about to learn what happens when fake authority meets the real thing. Tuesday morning, 10:15 a.m. A black SUV with tinted windows parks at my curb. 2 men emerge wearing what they think are police uniforms. Close enough to fool civilians from a distance, but wrong in a dozen ways that scream costume shop. Victoria steps out of the passenger seat, clipboard in hand like a scepter, pointing at my door with grim satisfaction. I smooth my shirt, microphone active, slip on the panic ring, and open the door with a confused citizen expression. Can I help you, officers? The bigger one puffs out his chest. Thomas Sterling? We have a warrant for your arrest. I examine their warrant. Another forgery masterpiece. This seems extreme for a lawn violation. Victoria steps forward, cruel smile spreading across her face. You were warned, Mr. Sterling. We don't tolerate lawbreakers on Oak Ridge Drive. Are you going to comply? Or do we do this the hard way? This is it. The core of their criminal enterprise. Impersonating police officers, extortion under color of authority, serious felonies that carry hard time. I raise my hands slowly. No trouble. I'll comply. They expected resistance, shouting, drama. My quiet compliance confuses them. The bigger one fumbles with cheap handcuffs, yanks my arms behind my back harder than necessary. I look directly at Victoria and smile. A small, knowing curve that says, "You have no idea what you just did." It infuriates her. Wipe that stupid grin off your face. You're in serious trouble. They parade me down the sidewalk. Classic intimidation theater designed to cement their power over the neighborhood. What they don't realize is I want the same thing. Rex is on his porch, phone recording everything. The Chun family films from their window, multiple angles capturing a felony in progress. As they walk me toward the SUV, my thumb finds the panic ring. 1 tap, 2 taps. Miles away, Lieutenant Santos's phone explodes with alerts. Live audio and video feeds activate. You're making a big mistake, I say loudly for the microphone. Impersonating police officers is a felony in this state. The smaller one laughs. Shut up and get in the car, old man. They push me into the back seat. The door slams shut. Phase 1 complete, they took the bait. Now they're in my world, where real cops enforce real laws with very real consequences. The SUV smells like cheap air freshener and stale arrogance. The 2 fake cops are celebrating their little power trip, discussing how to spend the $750 Victoria paid them for this job. They're reporting to Victoria on a burner phone. Yeah, we got him. No problem. Heading to the spot now. Organized conspiracy, another charge for the list. But they don't know about the GPS tracker I planted on their bumper during my stumble at the curb. They don't know Lieutenant Santos is coordinating unmarked units. They don't know they're driving into a perfect ambush zone. The industrial park they choose has everything my team needs. Low traffic, clear sight lines, multiple entry points for containment. The takedown is poetry in motion. Construction van ahead forces them to slow down. Black sedan boxes them from behind. Officer Thompson's truck blocks the left lane. In seconds, we're stationary. Trapped. What the hell is this? The driver shouts. Tactical officers emerge from every vehicle. Real cops in real gear, moving with deadly professional grace. The overwhelming chorus of commands shocks their systems into compliance. Their tough guy act evaporates into pure terror. I'm helped out of the SUV and back into my rightful role. Chief of Police commanding my scene. The search of their SUV reveals the scope of Victoria's operation. Stacks of blank violation notices. Crude neighborhood maps with targeted houses circled. A lockbox containing $7,300 in cash with addresses on sticky notes. Extortion payments from terrorized homeowners. Multiple fake police badges. A burner phone with direct contact to the boss, Victoria Blackwood. The most chilling discovery. A 9mm pistol with filed serial numbers. Federal firearms violation. This just became a whole different level of serious. Keys found in the SUV lead us to Victoria's secret headquarters. A storage unit converted into a forgery factory. Industrial printer. Boxes of official-looking paper. Filing cabinets organized by neighborhood. The scope is breathtaking. She's running fake HOAs in 12 different subdivisions across the city. Files show over $275,000 in extortion payments over 2 years. Elderly victims who sold their homes to escape harassment. Families who paid thousands in fake fines. Bank records reveal multiple shell corporations funneling the stolen money into Victoria's accounts. This isn't neighborhood harassment, it's organized racketeering. That evening, we surround Victoria's board meeting in her garage. She's lecturing 2 terrified neighbors about loyalty and unacceptable performance when we breach the door. Police! Nobody move! The Queen's castle crumbles instantly. Her board members surrender immediately, but Victoria makes one last desperate run for freedom. Officer Thompson cuts her off like the immovable force he is. She struggles, kicks, screams about her rights as HOA president. Victoria Blackwood, I say, clicking real handcuffs around her wrists. You're under arrest for extortion, conspiracy, racketeering, criminal impersonation, and forgery. Her final venomous glare promises revenge she'll never be able to deliver. The evidence was overwhelming. The storage unit, bank records, burner phone, multiple video angles of the fake arrest. Too much to fight. Her hired muscle pled out quickly. The driver took federal firearms charges plus state time for impersonation and kidnapping. But Victoria Blackwood got the hammer. Federal court sentence *. 18 years in federal custody. 4 years supervised release. No contact with victims. Permanent ban from any HOA or property management role. Complete asset forfeiture, equipment, accounts, vehicles. Full restitution to all identified victims with interest. The court set up a victim hotline. More people called every day. 2 copycat operations in neighboring counties collapsed within a week. 6 months later, I'm on my porch with morning coffee, watching kids play in the street, hearing Rex's leaf blower and genuine laughter instead of fearful whispers. The red notices are gone. The liens she filed were voided. People who fled their homes got refunds with interest. Names were cleared. On my desk at the station sits one of her fake badges, now used for training classes on spotting impersonators and building airtight cases. Grandpa's photo sits on my mantle, and I think about his words. Rules serve people, not the other way around. Victoria tried to rule through fear. We answered with facts, witnesses, and the law. Slow, steady, final. The quiet I bought this house for is back. Not the kind that hides trouble, but the kind you earn by standing up to it. This is my home. These are my people. And if anyone else tries to play dictator on my street, they won't be facing a fake HOA board. They'll be facing a real police chief who knows exactly how to build a case that sticks. The moral of the story? Sometimes the person you're trying to intimidate is exactly the wrong person to mess with. And sometimes the best revenge isn't getting mad. It's letting criminals hang themselves with their own rope while you record every second of it. What's the craziest power trip you've ever witnessed? Drop it in the comments. I guarantee nothing tops arresting a police chief with fake badges.